What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be every ultimate in Overwatch 2 ranked from weakest to strongest. Let's get right into it.
What are those Neanderthals up to? Don't they know I'm busy spoiling myself?
Starting in the weakest spot, I put Doomfist because his ult just gets outdone by all the other ults. Don't get me wrong, it's helpful with Doomfist's kit, since his abilities revolve around getting to the backline and distracting the enemy team, kinda like Tracer, Wrecking Ball, and Sombra. His ult allows him to get health back so he can continue to annoy the backline. It's just simply not as viable or easy to utilize compared to the other ults. Next, in the number 42 spot, we have Winton. This ult has the exact same problem as Doom's ult. It's not as viable as everything that comes higher on the list. Winston's ult is also niche because it has some uses, like maybe getting the enemies off the point during overtime or bopping people off of the map. Other than that, there's not much to it. Coming in at the number 41 spot, we have everybody's favorite Violet and Carefree Samoan. Malga. This ult, just like the last two, is used in niche circumstances. It makes zero sense to use it to solo ult with. If you do decide to try and solo ult someone, just make sure that they don't have a Life Weaver on their team, cause then you're just gonna sit there looking stupid.
You stupid!
At the number 40 spot we have Bastion. The reason why his ult is placed so low is simple. It's pretty easy to dodge and it gets outclassed by the ults that come higher up on the list. Another reason is cause you risk using it if you're not careful, since it leaves you in a vulnerable spot. Just like Junkrat ult, but Junkrat ult is easier to use and almost always gets the kill when it lands. You can still catch people off guard if you place the reticles down tactically, which is why I didn't put it in the very last spot like in my last video. Coming in at the number 39 spot we got Symmetra. I put Symmetra here because I'd rather her have a damaging ult instead of a utility ult. Also, you can just run around it and problem solved. Coming in at the number 38 spot we have Hazard. Now, the problem that I have with this ult is just like what I said in my last video. It's actually Hazard himself. His kit isn't tailored that well to it. It's just a poor man's version of Reinhardt's ult. Same with Venture, but I'll get into them later. Hazard's kit is a mix of both melee and projectiles, while Rein's ult meshes better with his kit since he's a melee-driven character. Plus, Rein's ult lasts longer than Hazard's, so for that reason, I put Hazard in the number 38 spot. Next at the number 37 spot we have Hog. The thing about Hog ult is it's very niche, just like the tanks that were at the very bottom of the list. Don't worry though, the next entry will be the last tank in the D tier category. Hog ult is just basic. All it is just a death machine. Pretty unoriginal, and like I said earlier, it's just only useful to get people off of the point during overtime or bop them off of the map, just like Winton. Only reason Hog is slightly higher than Winston is because it's easier to use. Next, in the 36th place we have Orisa. I know I'm taking a lot of shots at Winston ult, but this is the last time. You know how Winston gets a ton of HP when he pops ult? Well, when Orisa pops ult, she becomes an ult percentage battery for the enemy team, just like Winton. The thing that sets Orisa higher than Winston ult is because she gets another Fortify, and she can charge the damage output to 500%. She can then use the Art of Anticipation to trick Kiriko into throwing her Suzu as well. It's pretty fun and satisfying when you psych them out with it. Coming in at the number 35 spot we have Widow. So this ult is actually good, but my problem with it was the potential for a better ult that we could have got. I often think of alternative ults for her, like maybe a Venom Mine cluster that lets her spit out a maximum of 5 mines, but she has a limited amount of time to put them down. Or even like a Venom Mine that could be controlled remotely, kinda like Junkrat's Riptire. Either way, her ult provides the team with intel, which is really handy. Coming in at the number 34 spot we have Torb. Sorry Torb Jorn stands, but his ult is just too slow for me. It's also obvious when he's gonna pop it. Just use context clues. Think to yourself, is my team grouped up? Has it been a while since he's popped ult? Then he's probably gonna pop ult. I will say, however, you can still catch people off guard and make the point Bowser's Castle, and y'all are basically good. For the last entry in the D tier section, I put Hanzo. He suffers from the exact same problems as Torb. The dragons are too slow, and all you have to do is take like 3 or 4 paces to the left or right and you're good. It's also pretty obvious when he's gonna pop it. Like I said, think to yourself, is my team grouped up? And has it been a while since we've been attacked by dragons? Then he likely has ult. The reason why I put Hanzo higher than Torb is because the dragons go through walls, so you can catch people off guard. Coming in at our first C tier ult in the number 32 spot, we got Lifeweaver. So Lifeweaver has the same problem with Iari, but backwards. I wish his ult was something that actually dealt damage. Maybe some kind of AoE where he summons vines that damage and ensnare the enemies within the thorns. I don't know, what do you think?
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Coming in at the number 31 spot, I put Venture. Venture's ult isn't bad, it just gets outshined by other ults on the list. Really, it's just a Diet Reinhardt ult, but you get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of them. I personally prefer quality over quantity, you know what I mean? Coming in at the number 30 spot, we have Tracer. The only problem I have with Tracer's ult is that it's basic. All it is just a sticky bomb. That's the most unoriginal idea ever. It's still a powerful ult and you can get teams with it if you use it properly, plus it recharges fast so you can play a fun little anticipation game with your enemies, but it's just too basic for me. At the number 29 spot we have Freya. So Freya is one of my favorite characters, but it's a shame how little damage her ult does. I ranked her 1 spot higher than Tracer because their ults are mechanically the exact same. I found Freya's ult to be stronger because it's faster and it has more range to it. Next, at the number 28 spot we have Bap. So for those of you that are somehow new to Overwatch or just aren't too familiar with how Bap ult works, what he does is he places down a window. Well, more like a garage door because that thing is massive. In the field makes bullets and healing projectiles deal twice as much of their effect. The field lasts for like 10 seconds I think. It's a pretty good ult, but it just gets outshined by the other support ults. So just a side note, these next 3 ults along with Bap's ult have one thing in common. They all specialize in zoning out an area for a finite amount of time. So for that reason I could understand why one would argue to make some of them interchanged. I can also see the debate that I messed up Torb and Hanzo's placements since they do the same thing. I personally rank these ones higher because they either move faster or they have some sort of lasting effect that I found to be more impactful than Torb and Hanzo's ults. But I understand if you don't agree with me. For the number 27 spot we have Mei. So Mei ult is useful for zoning out the enemy, but it's a little slow. To make up for its low speed, it has a pretty wide area of effect. That's why I think it belongs in the middle of the tier list. Up next at the number 26 spot we have Wrecking Ball. This ult is just decent. It zones out areas just like Mei, but I think it lasts a little bit longer. Coming in at the number 25 spot we got Ashe. So Ashe ult is higher than Mei in Wrecking Ball ult because Bob travels fast and he can be used to stall out objectives. If say nobody is on the point and it's about to be overtime, just put Bob on the point and the game will go into overtime. So now we're in the B tier category, and for the first entry in the B tier category we got Mercy. I actually don't have anything wrong with Mercy ult, I just think that the other support ults are slightly better. Next at the number 23 spot we got Diva. So the problem I have with self-destruct is that it's extremely obvious and you have all year to react to it. A big ass exclamation point with a glitchy effect on it shows up, and if you can't get out of the way, then you're cooked. You can still catch people, and just like Doomfist, you get health back by replacing the mech, so it's still not a bad ult. Coming in at the number 22 spot we got Iari. So the problem I have with Iari ult is the exact same problem I had with Lifeweaver ult, but the opposite. I just wanted an ult that heals from very far away. I know that she has her pylon, but it requires you to be close to your team so you can monitor it. No. I would rather have had something maybe like where she does something with the celestial object on the map, and maybe no matter where anyone's at on your team, they'll get healed unless they're in a building or underneath shade. It would have also fit with her character design since she's supposed to be some kind of sun goddess. But you know, we still got a good ult out of it. Just watch out if they have a Kiriko on the enemy team though. Next, at the number 21 spot, we got Junkrat. The last time I made this video, I did Junkrat dirty. I put him in the number 40 spot. I don't know what I was thinking because his ult can one-shot nearly every character in the game. The only downside is Junkrat is vulnerable just like Bastion when he pops his ult because he can't move. But you also have to get creative with it, otherwise the tire will get destroyed. Other than that though, it's a pretty good ult. Just watch out if they have a Kiriko though. Coming in at the number 20 spot, we have Sojourn. Getting the railgun overclocked is a really good ult. Not really much to say. Just watch out if they have any CC like, you know, sleep or stun, anything like that, because it'll take you out of it completely and then you can't use it no more. But other than that, it's still a pretty good ult. Next we got Genji. So the way that I ranked these ults was by this belief. If I use an ult, which one would I be the safest using even if I used it wrong? Genji ult does require some finesse to it, but once you figure out when and how to use it, that's when it goes from being a mid B tier ult to a high B tier ult. Try and use it in the middle of a team fight when you're not sure what team is winning, and then yeah, it might force out abilities from the other team. Just watch out for CC like sleep or stun. Coming in at the number 18 spot, we have Pharah. Her damage output and skill level required to use it are just better than Genji's ult. Again, look out for CC because Pharah can't move while she's ulting, and watch out if they have Kiriko, because then she can just Suzu it and then you just wasted your ult. Coming in at the number 17 spot, we have Sigma. Finally, we're at a tank ult that I actually like. There's little to no counterplay except for CC and Suzu, plus Sigma ult allows for follow up from his team. What more could you ask for? It's a really good ult. So now we're in the A tier category. In the number 16 spot, we have Cass. Cass ult is pretty nice, especially when you're sneaky with it. Just watch out for CC, cause if you get slapped or hit by a rock, then you're cooked.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Same thing.
In the number 15 spot, we have Brig. So I'll be completely honest, I don't actually know the specifics behind what Brig ult actually does, but I do know that it's really useful for giving your team momentum to push. It's still not a bad ult, I just personally like the other support ults more. And yes, you know, I never play Brig, so I just don't know really what her ult does. I think it's supposed to give people armor, something like that, but it makes her fast and gives her a large shield, kind of like Reinhardt's shield, but I don't know. Next, at the number 14 spot, we have Moira. In my last video, my reasoning was pretty stupid as to my explanation for its placement. I'm pretty sure I said not being able to cancel it was a drawback. Anyway, I'm about to fix that right now. So Moira ult is good because it heals and deals damage. The only problem I have with it is the damage output is a tad bit too slow for my liking, and you can get CC'd out of it. Lastly, I have really bad aim and I don't like having to aim to heal. I'd rather have an ability or an ultimate that automatically affects my team, like in the next two entries. It's still a pretty good ult though. I like how long it lasts and it travels through shields, so it's pretty useful. Not only that, but it's one of the most fun ultimates to use. I feel like I'm in Dragon Ball Z, like with a Kamehameha or something. Coming in at the number 13 spot, we have Lucio. It's a pretty good ult. I'm a fan of abilities that negate or shut down plays. The only problem I have with it is I just feel like it doesn't last as long as the other support ults. Coming in at the number 12 spot, I put Juno. So the reason why Juno is this high on the list is because I like how the beam goes through objects and walls. It provides a damage boost, so it's pretty much just a better version of a bat ball. It also has multiple uses since it moves. Maybe you want to use it offensively to push, or maybe your team just needs it urgently when they're already fighting on the point. It's a really good ult, and yeah, I think it's definitely underrated. Coming in at the number 11 spot, we have Junker Queen. In my first video, I think I put Queen in the number 3 spot. I'm not sure why, it's definitely not top 3. Her ult is good, don't get me wrong, it has little to no counterplay except maybe Suzu or a counter Queen ult, but I just found the last two tanks have better ults in my opinion. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have Sombra. I like Sombra ult because it shuts down whatever play the enemy could have been thinking of. Definitely a top 10. Kinda wish it dealt more damage, but if it did do more damage, it probably would be broken. So coming in at the number 9 spot we have Zenyatta. My favorite part about Zen ult is that you get the ability to shut down other ults. Not only that, but Zen just is not fun to play because of his movement, so having his ultimate remedy that is really good. Just shy of S tier we have Echo. The reason why I put Echo in the number 8 spot is because it requires finesse to get good use out of it. Not much to really say about it. Being able to copy any other character adds depth to the game, and it makes you think outside of the box, so it adds lots of fun and replayability to the game. So now we've reached S tier. Everything in the next 7 spots are the best ults in the whole entire game. And you can debate me, but I'm probably not wrong, because, you know, I'm always right, so I'm not wrong, you know. Anyway, for the number 7 spot we have Ramantra. So Ramantra, I gotta admit, is very intimidating to have chasing me down when I have nobody to teleport to. His ult will last longer when there are enemies within his field, and after he gets someone, the time limit extends. Just watch out for CC, and if you get slept or stunned, you can sort of get back up, but you're still kinda cooked. Coming in at the number 6 spot, I hate to say it that it's not number 1, but we have Kiri. The reason she's not in top 3 is because you can still die when you're using it. I would have put Ana here, but after they added the perk system, yeah. Kiriko ult still has little to no counterplay except maybe another Kiri ult or like a Sombra hack. So for that reason, I think Kiri ult should be here. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Reinhardt ult. So Rein's ult is really good because it stuns the entire team, and then it allows for follow-up for your team. Not only that, but it charges really quickly, making it a really good ult. Coming in at the number 4 spot, I put Ana, mainly because of the perk system that she has. If she uses a nano boost on her teammate, she'll get a nano boost as well. If it wasn't for that, she would probably go in the number 6 spot, and then Kiri would go here. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Soldier. Soldier ult is really strong, especially if you flank or use the high ground before popping it. Just use it somewhere you think is advantageous. Watch out for CC like sleep and stun. Yeah, you get the idea. I've been saying that the whole video. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Reaper. Reaper ult is really good, just like Soldier ult, where as long as you use it someplace advantageous, you'll get the most value out of it. Again, watch out for CC, DM, Kiri, Suzu, all that. There's a lot of counterplay, but it's still a really good ult. Finally, in the number 1 spot, you probably already guessed it, we have Zarya. The reason why I put Zarya in the number 1 spot is because of how versatile it can be when it's paired with just about any ability in the entire game. Not only that, but there aren't that many risks to using it. Even if you miss, you can just wait for it to come back again. And you can fire it from any distance, making it one of the safest, if not the safest ult to use in the entire game. So if you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say that I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'll likely come back soon to rank the Ultimates and Marvel Rivals next. I hope you know that I don't really play Marvel Rivals that much, so I'm gonna have to do some research into the alts. But if y'all would want to see that, let me know. Also, let me know how this new microphone sounds. I just got it like a couple of days ago. It was one of the most expensive ones. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, have a nice day, and yeah.
Oh my god, Bob King, my best friend loves you.